students, welcome back. In the previous video, we studied about dispersion of light. That means the splitting up of a composite light into its constituent colors. And also studied about the rainbow formation. And today, we are going to learn about the recombination of colors. Here we are going to learn about if the constant colors are mixed together, is it possible to obtain white light? So for that, here you are going to see an activity. So for that activity, we need two similar prisms and place the second prism in inverted position adjacent to the first. Then pass the light through the first prism. At that time we can see that the light gets split into its constituent colors. That means dispersion happens. After that, when the light passes through the second prism, the light gets refracted again and combined into white light. That you can see in this figure. Next topic, persistence of vision. Students, you may have familiar with the Newton's color disc from your lower classes. Among the 7 colors from the video, red, green and blue are considered as the primary colors. It was Sir Isaac Newton who devised a special disc which is known as Newton's color disc. It is used to show how colors are able to mix together. It is a demonstration apparatus to show color mixing by rotating a disc of color sectors. Here we can see the constituent colors of white light in the same order and proportion. When the disc is still, it consists of individual colors marked as different sectors. When the disc is rotated with a high angular speed, the colors seem to mix together and give an impression of the disc being of just one color, that is white. That means the disc appears white since all the rays of light from the 7 colors reach the retina of the eye within 0.0625 seconds. That means 1/60 seconds. We know that blue, green and red are primary colors. When the immediate combination of these 3 colors combined together, we will get secondary colors. By mixing blue and green, we will get the secondary color cyan. And by the combination of red and green, we will get yellow as the secondary color. And by the mixing of red and blue, we will get magenta. And by combining the secondary colors yellow, magenta and cyan, again we will get the white light. So, these secondary colors are also known as complementary colors. In correct combination, they can give back the primary colors. Yellow and cyan give green, cyan and magenta give blue, magenta and yellow give red as shown here. So, the disc appeared white due to persistence of vision. So, let's see what is persistence of vision. When an object is viewed by a person, its image remains in the retina of the eye for a time interval of 0.0625 seconds. That means 1/60 seconds after seeing it. This phenomenon is called persistence of vision. If more than one scene is viewed within 0.0625 seconds, the effect of all these scenes will be felt by the eye simultaneously. Let's see some examples for persistence of vision. When we watch a movie in TV and in the theater screen, it feels like a continuous experience even though the screen is dark about half the time. The second example, a lighted torch or sparkle rotated rapidly, it appears as an illuminated circle. And the third one, optical illusion. These are some of the examples for persistence of vision. Next one, scattering of light. Even though light travels in straight lines, we get light in our classrooms and homes during daytime. Have you thought about this? So let's learn more about it. When sunlight passes through the atmosphere, rays of light are reflected by tiny particles of the atmosphere like dust particles, molecules, etc. as shown in this figure. Can you say here the scattering is regular or irregular? Yes, it is irregular scattering. Is the distribution of sunlight to all regions made possible by this type of scattering? Let's discuss. Light getting reflected in random directions like this is known as scattering. Scattering is the change in direction brought out by the irregular and partial reflection of light when it hits the particles of the medium. So, scattering is the irregular and partial reflection of light. Do all the colors of sunlight undergo similar type of scattering? Let's examine it through an experiment. Procedure. Water is taken in a beaker as shown in this figure. Allow light from a torch to fall on the water from one side of the beaker. The light emerging from the beaker is focused on a white screen. Sodium thiosulfate is dissolved in water in the beaker at the rate of 2 gram per liter. Add 1 or 2 drops of hydrochloric acid to the water in the beaker. Then observe the gradual change in the color of light in the solution and on the screen. Students, can you say when hydrochloric acid was added to the solution, which color did spread first in the solution? Yes, violet, indigo and blue. And can you say the color changes observed on the screen in the order it occurred? Yes, it is from violet to red, that is Vibgeo. And the final color observed on the screen is red. And the conclusion is, when sodium thiosulfate reacts with hydrochloric acid, colloidal sulfur is precipitated. As the size of sulfur particles increases, the nature of scattering changes. As a result, violet, indigo, blue having shortest wavelength scatters more in the liquid, and the red color which have the longest wavelength scatters less and travels through the solution and reaches at the screen on the other side. Next one, the relation between wavelength and the change in scattering. Colors like violet, indigo and blue have the smallest wavelengths in sunlight. They undergo maximum scattering while interacting with atmosphere particles. Red has comparatively greater wavelength and it can overcome small obstacles and hence scattering is low. As a result, they travel greater distance. Rate of scattering and the size of particles are interrelated. As the size of the particle increases, the rate of scattering also increases. If the size of the particles is greater than the wavelength of light, then the scattering is same for all colors. That means when the size of particles increases, the rate of scattering also increases, and if the size of particle is greater than the wavelength of light, then the scattering is same for all colors.